Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the...
All right, thank you, Larry. We are on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handing it to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll give him 8 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Back to the running game. It's Freeman, able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Freeman again. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal. The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fire out and hit people? I mean, they love the running game. Guys want to do that, and when you emphasize it, practice it, and work on it, that gives you an opportunity during the game.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Winston now to throw on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. They'll run here. Abdullah. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a... And Tampa Bay trots out there now. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. The offense lining up 1st and 10. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
So 2nd down, 3 yards to go now. Devontae Freeman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
One quarter in the books. It's the Bucs with the early lead. We'll return to Tampa. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Here we go now.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover.
Here we go now.
I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They run. Devontae Freeman. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
They come out here in the eye. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Now Carpenter to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And here now now come the Falcons. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. Second down, Winston. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On first down, Abdullah. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
A second down run for Abdullah. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And heading back out there now, the Falcons defense here. And maybe for them at this stage, it's sort of put up or shut up time. They need to stop trailing here.
Oh, I'm with you totally on that one. They've got to go out there now and put an end to what's been going on in this ball game where they've just given up points, gotten pushed around, so to speak, during this contest. They've got to find a way to end it right here, right now.
Can they end it? Let's find out. And he's got room. It's a gain of 14 there, and it'll give the Bucs a first down.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive linemen won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. That's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run.
He'll drop to throw. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Fresh set of downs here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. Detroit. Let's go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll set up to throw. They shakes him off. Finding time. And that's incomplete. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
One receiver left, three to the right. Out of the gun now on third down. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covered him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
On second down, Freeman. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. On third down, Devontae Freeman. They only get two there, but on third and one, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Now, this will be the 9th play on this drive. They come up in an offset eye. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. Here's Freeman. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2. Now third down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
And Carpenter knocks it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
So we've hit halftime here, and apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see you in the postgame. We're ready to get to the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. Oh, the spin. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Jameis to throw it. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. They come up in an offset eye. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Winston now. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
Now Jameis on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop. They go play action. Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons set to get things rolling on defense again here. And last time out, they gave up the chip shot field goal, but obviously could have been worse than that. I think they felt pretty good about only giving up 3.
No doubt about it. Anytime an offense gets into the red zone, the thinking naturally for the defense is, okay, 3 points. We're going to give up 3 here. But let's make it no more than that. They met their goal.
On the other side, though, the offense, they weren't very happy.
No, because there's an opportunity. Once you get to the red zone, you're not thinking about kicking a field goal. You're thinking about how do you get it into the end zone. And when you don't, you walk off the field feeling a little bit of failure on that drive.
Yeah, who will have the better feeling at the end of this drive? A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
Here we go now.
Back to throw here. His throw incomplete.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
All right, here we go.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Now let's go.
A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
Now Abdullah, the return. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Amir Abdullah, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Again, they'll run with Freeman. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, it was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Aaron Donald's secret, if there is one, to his play, his ability to contort his body in such a way that you can't get a good, clean block on it. He slides through holes and slides past blockers and makes plays just as we saw there.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Jameis now on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. They run with Abdullah. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. They'll come out in the pistol. Back now in Tampa. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. 3rd down and 8 now. It's a 4-receiver look, all to the left side. On 3rd down, Winston. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
This is brought in at the 21. They'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? There's always one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block it.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Second down, Winston. Stays on his feet. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Back near his own goal line, Winston. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Automatic first down.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they'll go on the ground. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Come on, let's go! 190!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Buccaneers are going to have a first down.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because It's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there? And that's run the football.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Yards to go here on second down. He'll drop to throw. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down.
Here we go. 38.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The days of knowing your assignment, dropping to it, and calling it a day, that's over with. Because now, when you drop into a zone, especially as a defensive back, you're seeing the play in front of you. So if a man wanders into your area, guess what? Now it goes from zone to man-to-man coverage in many cases. And in this particular play, able to see the play in front of him, react to it, and knock the ball away. Gotta like what you just saw there, if you like zone defense.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points. In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
False start, offense. Still second down.
Now Jameis on second down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Winston now to throw on first down. And over the middle, this is Parker. A gain of 6 there on first. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll throw again. Winston. A dump off for Abdullah. Time for a break. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. First down, Winston. And this is caught. It's Parker. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
He goes underneath to Abdullah. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And now they're in the hurry-up. They go play action here on first down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. From the red zone now, Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it, or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Second down following the incompletion. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work out a little bit more.
Can't find anyone open. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't...
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On play action, Winston. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. On 1st and 10, Winston. And Winston lost the football. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Again, it's Winston. And this is caught. Well, they get 1 back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now here's the Falcons defense getting set to go again. And not a good performance by them or by their offense, for that matter. It just hasn't been a good game.
And it's real easy at this point to point fingers. Hey, you guys didn't get a whole lot done today. Didn't give us much of a cushion. But the truth of the matter is, having played
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Following the interception, Winston. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. He's got time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Tampa Bay, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin.